I don't wanna hear a peep, let the boss talk.
I be speaking for the trenches, this that boss talk.
White sneaks, no crease, how the boss walk.
I be shooting from the logo, this that boss talk.
I don't want the middleman, hit the boss up.
She gon' make it shake more, cause her boss talk.
Stayed down, made a plan, had the boss up.
Lil' dip with the lean, this how boss walk. A lot of niggas be thinking they boss when it comes to that talking, all them words that are lost. A lot of niggas be thinking they boss, like Harden with the moves, I'ma shimmy when you fall.
Choose to do what everybody doing, I ain't basic. And I want it all, no cap, that's a statement. What's understood ain't gotta be explained, understatement. They let us all chill in wrong water, I ain't drinking.
And we back. It's Boss Talk with Josh.
Keys.
Hey, another episode, Boss Talk. Welcome to the Boss's Circle. You know, where we talk sports, music, and the culture. Hey, we back with another episode. We happy to be here. We got a special guest today, like we always do. Everybody's special, but you know. But this special guest, this special guest is a videographer. He's a creative. He is a man of many talents. His name is Righteous. Righteous Productions.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Welcome to Boss Talk, man.
Appreciate y'all for inviting me here. You know, things has changed, but you know, we work with what we got going on. I'm here, so
that's right. You know what I mean? Hey, we love to have you here. Another thing I forgot to even leave out is that you are the main videographer and a manager of K Gibbs, right?
Right.
You know, they want to leave titles out.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
Anything else you want to add on to that? Because hey,
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
You know?
I ain't gonna go in depth with that.
That's good, man. We happy to have you on Boss Talk.
Yes.
And you're a boss. That's why you're here.
Right.
You know.
What was that?
And I've been we've been having a great time locking in with you.
Right.
You know, outside of Boss Talk and connecting. And we're happy to have you here. And it's good to have you on this platform because you are the first videographer to be on here.
That's
you know
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
That's actually really crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
You know, and videographers got an interesting perspective. They see things from a different lens because, hey, they are the ones that are creating and shooting and capturing moments, you know, and you do that on a daily.
Yeah, and I think back to what I was saying earlier behind the camera too, like while talking to you about it, like videographers and photographers need to shed some more light on them because we don't want to make things happen for a lot of people that got things going on in general because we got the camera. So yeah, I'm glad to be the first one. It wasn't planned, but you know, God working mysterious ways.
It's God's plan.
We're here today.
God's
so
plan. Yeah, definitely.
God did.
God did. Talking about DJ Khaled.
They ain't believing us to have a Boss Talk session today.
That's right.
God did.
Yes. Keys did. Josh did. Righteous did.
And what else is dope about that though, and a lot of people miss and why we don't get that light shed on us is because it's crazy how much light we create for others.
Right. Yeah.
Like you feel me? Like without videographers and things like that, who is Future? How do we know who he is?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like how do we? Nobody's just gonna go type in Future's Instagram. Nobody just typed in Future Instagram before they saw a Future music video or heard some Future music
or a picture. Or
so those producers that produced that music for us to hear before we went to his Instagram and social medias and things like that, and the videographers that was behind the cameras and shit. Without them, there is no Future.
Yeah, and I think like we are one of the key pieces. Not even just in videography though. You gotta think TV shows, movies, things that we seen. A videographer, a cinematographer shot that. And like I said, a lot of them don't get that much credit like that unless you probably as a huge name. But it take a lot of pieces to make things happen with that stuff. But yeah, we make it happen for real.
And most of the people that's in front of the cameras likely have more followers than the videographer.
Right, exactly.
And no matter how big of the name is the videographer, I don't care how big of a name a videographer has, whoever they're shooting likely has more of a name than
because you on camera, you being seen.
And the same apply for the editors, producers, graphic designers, things like that. That's how I look at it. So yeah.
Well, also too, a lot of those videographers don't have the ego or don't really care for that. They play in the back. They like to play back.
They chose to be there. They chose to be there.
They choose.
You know what I mean? It's a lot more of the artist, you know, whoever's on the camera, the actor, whatever the case may be. They thrive. You know, they eat off that. That's their personality. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of videographers or producers or whatever, they may like to play the back a little bit more. So
you're right.
But I wanna go back to, you know, like you said, we talked about God, you know, we talked about DJ Khaled, God did, right? Your name is Righteous Productions. God and righteous is, you know, you say those things in the same sense. So I just want to understand and help you break down to the audience why Righteous Productions, why the name Righteous.
Like I was saying, like there's a backstory with that. So
break it down.
Me being in high school, I went to Roxborough High School. I graduated in 2011. So I ain't gonna lie, I was a class clown at school. I was a class clown, making jokes, busting on people called bitten in today's time.
Bitten, yeah.
And I was like kind of like making like weird sayings for certain things, and they had to be sticking. Word like Houdini. It's called Girls Houdinis. For people that watch it, they probably know. It's called Houdinis. That's where the word platter. Everybody knows the word platter, but I used to say it so much at school. Everybody used to call me platter sometimes. I said so much. And one of the words was righteous inside there. So I said the word righteous plenty of times, but I was using it as something that's cool. Like that girl, she look righteous right there. Or that jacket you got on, it look righteous. Or those sneakers on your feet, them joints look righteous right there. And I always been saying that word. So that's where it stemmed from. So that's where I got the word righteous from. But as I got older and I started knowing myself and how I was raised, like I said, God do work in mysterious ways. I consider myself as a righteous man, how I walk through life, how I carry myself, what I believe in, as me being a believer in God. So it kind of all blend in and tied together. Like I said, me making it look cool and also me being the person I am.
Right.
So, yeah.
Made sense.
Yeah.
God did.
Yeah, God did. God did. I ain't do what God did. So.
Yes, we men of faith as well.
Right.
So we happy to hear that for sure. Man,
that's dope. How you can.
That's crazy, right? That's what I'm saying. It's a crazy backstory. It
kind of just grew.
Right. Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
So, boss talk is righteous, huh?
Right. Listen, that's not even just that. Everything has to be righteous.
Right.
The way your walk of life, everything that you're doing has to be righteous. You got to you don't have to be perfect, but try to live life in a right way. Do things in a right way. Lying, cheating, no, try to be positive and be right.
Have others best interests in mind when moving across.
Right.
Life. Yeah.
Right.
That's dope. That's dope how you got the name. So being as though that you got that name from that type of backstory, regardless of what you did in life, it was gonna be righteous.
Right. Yeah.
So take me behind how you became a videographer and how that became the righteous thing.
All right, so a little backstory with that, like we were just talking not too long ago. A little backstory with that. I'm also a truck driver as well. So me being 6-7 years in the truck driving field, like in my early years, probably first or second year, I used to take dope pictures on my phone. Roll dope pictures on my phone. So I used to use the app called Visco Cam a lot. So somebody recommended, you should get a camera, start doing like, videography, things like that. I was kind of against that because my way I look at certain things, I didn't want to deal with egos and deal with people that got egos and things like that. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do nothing like that. And that's the thing. Said one thing happened in my job. I wound up talking to a photographer that I know that's went to truck driver school with about me getting a camera. And he actually took me to go get my first camera at the store in Levittown, PA, called I forgot what it's called, but there's a popular guy on YouTube who used to work there, Frono Photos. I don't know if y'all familiar with that guy.
No.
You know what's crazy? We might have to talk about that behind the scenes. I think I know what story you're talking about.
It's up Levittown.
Yeah, it's in Levittown. It's a big store, pretty like not huge, but
it's like a little shopping plaza thing.
It's in a little plaza, right?
Yeah.
On one side of the street, bunch of stores, like 5 or 6 stores.
Yeah.
Small parking lot.
Something like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, that's what it is. So the guy from the photos to work there, and my guy, Terrence Pixels, my guy, he took me to get my first camera. It was a Nikon D5500. So that's maybe my first camera. And from there, I was just doing like freelance work. This was early. This was like probably a couple years ago. Just doing baby showers. Well, I was getting paid gigs though. Baby showers, recaps, events, things like that. And I wasn't even touching the videography scene for. I was just owning in that craft and owning in that world. And one thing led to another. I just started getting better and better, shaking hands, meeting people. And my first music video I ever did was my guy, Young Mar, Y Young, went to school with me. I just did one music video with him one time in the barbershop. And then since there, it's just been going and going and going.
Okay.
There's a little more, but I don't feel like going all the way. But that's like the base of it right there, though.
We appreciate you breaking that down. Now, you are a videographer, and a lot of people don't really know about that life all the way, like the pros and cons of all of that. Please tell the viewers, because people that may be aspiring videographers or may just want to have insight on how they are, what's the pros and cons of being a life of a videographer?
See, all right, the pro is for me, it's just being creative and getting that like, I love when I do something for somebody, like a video or anything I'm doing for somebody, that response of, oh, this look hot, this look decent. Like, I love that appreciation feeling.
That warms your heart.
Yeah, it do. It's like people they value me because they're making something dope for them or whatever they paid before. Like I said, even what I did before I did videos, I was doing recaps, like baby shower, things like that. People value that though, so that did good with me. So that's one of the pros for me. A con, it can be long hours. It can be, I guess, like
editing and or whatever,
and
or even shooting
down and just trying to find a creative spot to make something dope for this person. It depends on, but that could be somewhat of a con. Yeah, that's pretty much. That's pretty much. I think that could be some of a con.
I feel like we all got similar of an answer like to that question because like we all are creators.
Yeah.
Like me, I do photography and videography and things like that.
Yeah.
I would say I share the same pro as you.
Yeah.
I love when I take a picture of somebody, and a lot of times I'm taking pictures of like people who haven't, like when I'm taking pictures of people who haven't done modeling before. Right. They're like, oh, I'm not sure how it'll come out. I'm not photogenic and yada yada yada. And then 30 minutes into the shoot, you show them a little bit of pics and like, oh my God, all right, like I love this. Like, let's do some more.
Yeah.
That just does everything to you and make you feel like you're here for a reason, you're doing the right thing.
Right.
One of my cons though is early on when I would fuck up, and it'll be a fuck up that only I'll notice as a videographer because I'm so hard on hard, but like I want to be great.
Want to be the best.
Right. Yeah. So like I'll fuck up in my own space and the person will still love it, but it'll sometimes discourage you if you fuck up in a big way.
Yeah.
Like for example, never really told this story. Once I did a wedding and I was recording and I kept telling myself all wedding, like my camera heavy as shit, let me go get my tripod for certain parts. And as the most important part of the wedding, when the kiss is about to happen, like, and they talking, I cut the guy's head out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like, they love the video or whatever, but I sent them half of the money back because I'm like, listen.
That's a very important part. Very pivotal.
I feel like I killed some of y'all, some of y'all moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to just send a portion of this money back and, and they still loved it. They was fine with it, but it was like, in my head, I'm like.
It was hard on yourself.
That'll fuck a person up.
Like what? Yeah.
It's like, what, bro? I just fucked up a $1,200 job, bro.
Right.
This is one of the biggest jobs that I had up until that point.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So that was your first time that happening to you like that?
That wasn't the first time. That was the worst time.
Worst time. Okay.
Like I've done other shit that fucked up that I can, you'll never notice.
Right.
But something like that.
That's a very important job.
That was a very important time for me. Like this is somebody's wedding. A lot of people don't get married twice.
Right.
The majority of people who get married do that shit one time and they done. So for me to fuck up that moment,
and they called you for that,
and they called me for that. Like I felt like I drawed on them a little bit.
But one thing about that, like a situation like that, I know you probably did. Like you learn. Like, I'm gonna make sure I ace this part of the wedding next time I do a wedding again, because I don't want to mess that up. Imagine if I got married or something like that. I don't want nobody mess my situation up. Right. So
ever since that point, I don't leave the car without my tripod.
Right,
if I got my camera in my hand, I got my tripod in my hand.
No, I understand. I like that.
Feel me?
I like that.
I mean, I share the same thing as far as the pro about just seeing something that you made put out in the world that people like, see the feeling that it gives off, because that's the whole thing about.
That's what we're here for.
If I'm saying you want to feel good.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
You want to make a piece. You had a feeling you wanted somebody to react to that or whatever the case may be. And to see that they gave off the initial feeling that you wanted them to have, makes you feel good.
Right.
And then even if you just get to see your thoughts, because something started as a thought, and to see it come onto the final piece is like, wow, that's dope. And me, I'm not a videographer, I'm a producer. So I know I'm like creating the vision, you know what I'm saying, planning and all of that. And then I do a lot of post, you know what I'm saying, post-production, editing. And even like on production, making sure stuff is set up. Right. And it's just knowing that if I mess up on something in any of those phases, something is not gonna go right. You know what I'm saying? And the whole point of my job is to be the way I look at it, and the way my boss even put it too, was if your job is to equip human capital with the resources they need to be successful. And if I'm not doing that, then you're not going to be successful in what the job is. You feel what I'm saying? And ultimately, the product that we come about at the end ain't going to be where it need to be, and you're trying to fix something that you messed up maybe at a certain phase. So I try so hard to plan, because if you plan so hard, you plan enough and be even look around the corner to certain things, at the end of the day, the product that comes out at the end will be sturdy. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I do producing for a global healthcare company. You know what I'm saying? Making content and help produce this show. You know what I mean? Key. So that's a good thing. But that learning stuff on that job, working there every day, helped me do this right. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that, this wouldn't be able to be what it is.
And
so
also
cool.
too, I think the word that we kind of missing, like in the beginning part, we said like the feeling it give us fulfillment. We feel fulfilled when we make somebody feel happy. Like I said, me editing something or doing a video for somebody, I feel fulfilled personally. So that's another thing too. A lot of people got to figure out what fulfilled you in life. Like me doing videos, making people feel happy about that, it fulfills me. So that's what it is. So
and another thing I wanted to tap into when you were saying that was a lot of times when we're editing or whatever and we're coming up with it, a lot of times we're doing it on what looks dope to us. So it can look dope to us, and the person who's paying for it not be their expectations.
Right.
So when we meet their expectations as well as our own on a first try, that's a job well done. That's a pat on the back, because it's been times where I'll complete something and I'll present it and they like, ooh, that's dope, but I wish it had this in it. And then I go back and I fix it, but it's like when you knock it out on the first try, it's like, all right, job well done. This I can close my briefcase. You feel me? I can close my nothing like leaving that briefcase open. Like, bro, I know y'all know when you got a video just sitting on the laptop that ain't done, and it's like this briefcase is still fucking open, dog. Like,
I've been there plenty of times, man.
And I done did this shit. I done been in this briefcase for 3 days, dog. Like, what the fuck? Like,
a lot of work to be done.
That's probably one of the best. I don't know. That's probably one of the best feelings too, though. Even sometimes as videographers, sometimes we might take longer videos, and I'm like, this joint is dragging me out, man. Then when you finally get done, it's like, oh my god, finally, I can move on to the next thing. Like, goddamn,
like, it leave you stuck. Because it's like I'll get to a point where sometimes I'll have like 3 and 4 photo shoots. Like this week coming up, I got so much stuff to do, and it's like when I'm done editing one, I still got to tap into another briefcase, and it's like if I take long on one and I got 3 of them, I'm gonna have people down my back. By that
you're gonna have a big workload. It's just too much,
and it feel like it never get done
dig
because
that hole.
Like sometimes you even have time to do something, but the mental space that it takes to get into the right mode.
You got to.
I can't just. It might be days where I hope none of my models are looking at this about to snap on me. It might be days where like I got they work ready, like you know what I'm saying. And I might have been working on it, and then I stopped because it wasn't what I like it to be, and I want to go back and redo it or whatever. I might sit on the fucking in the chill and play the game or watch TV
for a little bit, eat some
for
food
like 4 hours while they waiting for it because I'm not in that zone yet. And if I go try to do your work, I'm gonna be sitting in front of the computer for the same amount of time, just trying to tap into that zone. Like, and when you tap into that zone, it's something like a college paper. When you might sit on the first sentence for an hour. But once you tap in, I'm done this bitch in 30 minutes. I'm done this bitch in 30 minutes. So it's like
that's the thing. You gotta lock in. If you don't lock in, it ain't getting done.
I'm not answering no phone, D&D right now.
Something.
Bro, I throw my phone on the couch far away. Turn music on from the TV on YouTube. I don't even hear my phone.
Especially if it's urgent, you gotta get this done. At the end of the day.
And I try to treat everything like that because one thing I pride in is my get back time. Like for example, me and him just did something, an event, gender reveal. They got their video and all their pictures back the same week. You feel me? So like I pride myself in that. The moment I get home, I want to get the shit out the way. You feel me? But it's like sometimes it don't work like that. So I always tell people give me a week or whatever. But you know, when you're able to get it done fast, it's like All right, on to the next. Like, let's make this money.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. It don't gotta be real long, but real brief.
Do you think?
What made y'all get into the field that you're in? Like you being a videographer and a photographer. Like what was that thing that made you get inside of it? And you being a producer, what made you get inside of that? Like what sparked that thing for y'all?
You wanna go first?
Shoot, I go ahead. I mean, I like to tell stories.
Right.
At the end of the day, I've always been good with writing. You know, at least people told me that. I always wanted to write stories. You know, I wrote a lot growing up, and that just developed into me. I guess, hey, I write stories. I wanted to bring them to life visual because I like sports broadcasting. I like those type of stories. I like stories, documentaries, all different types of stories.
Right.
And me just working with the people I work with, and that just, I think they kind of seen that in me, maybe before I seen that in myself, like far as the title producer. You know what I'm saying? And once I took those skills and things that I was learning far as production in college and just growing up liking stories so much, I just realized that, yo, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? Just produce content because I like telling stories. If that's with sports, if that's with, you know, music, if that's with like, you know, podcasting, that's why we do the podcast.
Right.
And it's just telling stories. At the end of the day, that's my answer.
That's dope.
You know?
That's dope.
So, yeah.
My answer is kind of similar to yours. Growing up, it could be 30 people with us. Niggas is waiting in line for Marquise to take their picture. They don't want nobody else to take their picture. Nobody else is gonna put the pride and joy into it. I remember it's been times this nigga called me an hour away from like, bro, I wish it was here right now, bro. Bro, I got this lay on.
Right.
Bro, I need these pics, bro. Like, niggas is taking my pics and these joints not coming out right. Like, and I know it ain't me.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like, it started off there. And then, so I always was good at taking pics. And then on top of that, I made clothes back in the day. I had a couple of brands or whatever. And I'm a firm believer in cutting the middleman out. You feel me? If I make clothes from scratch, I don't want to pay somebody to help me get content to promote these clothes.
Okay.
It take too much. You gotta pay somebody, and you feel me? You gotta be on their time. I cut those three things out when I buy my own camera and just start taking pics.
Right.
So I did that. I started becoming my own content creator. And then it led from one thing to another, and I bought an in-house studio. I bought all the stuff I needed to have an in-house studio, and now I have my own studio. You feel me? And I take pics, I go out, do videos, things like that. And like you, I just like creating. So if I ride past something, I'll send somebody that location, like, hey, just disregard. This is just for me to do photography one day. Like, this looks nice. This place looks nice or whatever. So, you know, just coming up with creative stuff is my thing.
That's dope. That's
You feel
dope.
me?
That's just my own personal question I had, because I asked about
all
me,
creatives,
but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, no, that's dope.
That's righteous. Not dope.
that's right.
That's definitely right. So, little bit about the hate that you think videographers get, if any.
And they get it.
The hate?
They get it.
Videographers or me? What are you talking about?
Videographers or you.
Videographers, yeah, either or. You may not have received it yet, but you probably seen it.
The hate? I don't know. It might be hate, but it's nothing that's be really like obvious, like obvious like hate sometimes. Because you gotta think on social media, right? That might be the hate where it's coming from, right? Social media, but it's all about what you're thinking. Like there's no real clear cut evidence of somebody really hating on you. You might have a thought, or they might not like your stuff, or they might not do this, or they might. It'll be little things like that. So I don't know. It might be a hate, but I don't really see it like that, to be honest.
So righteous, when the thing about videographers or in the media, right?
Right.
A lot of what I mean by the hate, they face adversity because people feel as though videographers, for one, maybe charge too much sometimes, and two, they kind of don't want to be videoing or working with people that are in beefs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't know if you've seen that on the socials. People was talking about that. One videographer, I can't remember his name, but he spoke out that, yo, I ain't doing no more like videos with people that's doing the drill music and all of that. Yeah. Because they in beef, you know what I mean? They in too much stuff. So that's two things I know that videographers face. I just want to know your take on the fact that, oh, videographers charge too much, and two, oh, people hating on them because they don't want to do a certain type of music or work with certain people.
I look at it like this: what you consider charge too much? So I look at it as from a creative perspective, videographer perspective. We gotta purchase these things. At the end of the day, this is a business.
The camera and all of that.
Yeah,
equipment.
This stuff costs.
Right, and things cost money. So it's like, how can somebody say you charge too much? You don't know what did that videographer do to pay? What did that videographer pay to get that camera, to get that tripod, to get them SSD cards,
the gimbal, and all of that?
Yeah, that stuff costs money. And any business that you're in, you're expecting to return it back. Right. So if I paid $1,000 for this video, with $1 for this camera, I paid $50 for this microphone. I look at that as that's all part of expense. That's how you could charge somebody a certain number.
Yes.
Like on my computer, I have it's called like a videographer calculator, and I put everything in there that I using to make that video for it. So I'm charging for my camera, I'm charging for my SSD drive, I'm using lights, I'm charging for I got a microphone. That's all part of expense. I had to pay for these things to make your video. You feel me? That's how the proper way you should do things.
Come up with your pricing and all
exactly. That's how we should do things. But yeah, that's how I look at it.
I agree though, because when I'm doing something, every time I take my camera out the house, I think about the value of my camera and everything I'm taking with me. If I did this job and lost all these things, could you ensure I get them back?
Wow. That's an interesting way to look at it.
No, like for real, like bro, I'm gonna be honest. I go do stuff for like families and stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll be kids running around. I stay very close to my camera because you knock it over, that's my camera and my lens.
Right.
Yeah.
We're in some thousands of dollars at this point. Like we're really deep. Like, and if I can't ensure that I can get these things back off of each job, I'm gonna feel some type of way or feel like I'm short of myself.
Right.
Now, what I mean by that, I don't mean that each job is gonna cost more than my camera.
Yeah.
But I have to ensure a percentage
of
these things.
My work should be able to replace stuff.
You feel me? On top of my time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my expense and my time. So, yes, a percentage of my camera and things like that are included in when I go outside with it.
Right.
I got to ensure these things come back. And if they don't come back, that they're paid for.
Yeah.
And I also do contracts a lot of times to where as though if anything of mine breaks, not solely for me, that it is under, your contract that
right.
I'm not, no kid will knock my tripod off and you think I'm just going to leave.
Right.
It's something to be done with this.
That's why these type of conversations like this is very pivotal and important, because there needs to be some transparency going on between us as the ones that's shooting the content and the people that's trying to hire us. Yeah. So we both can have some understanding. Like even one day we got rappers on it, but talk to them about like, yo, how you feel about videographers charging this? So it can meet somewhere in the middle. So they can have some type of understanding while we do our things and type of understanding their thought process of why they mad of why we charging this price.
Yeah.
So it's a very important conversation on this part right now.
And what you talked about with the videographer saying he's not doing drum music anymore. He said that because he had recently shot a video that had not sparked a beef, but was a part of a beef and involved somebody dying.
You won't be a part of that.
And he shot the video in opposition's neighborhood. So it's like, are you insuring your life when you go outside?
You put me in a crossfire.
Yeah.
You feel me? In a sense, like these people just so happen to come outside in their neighborhood. Now I'm chalked. And when life, and these rappers, like they're protecting themselves. They're not protecting you.
No, and my
regardless
camera,
of what they paid you. They're not protecting you. They're protecting themselves.
My camera shoot, but it
not that way.
Bullets.
That's why I think like there's a lot of guys that do drill music videos.
Right.
Me, I don't do that type of stuff, but I understand the guys that do it. But I think the guys that do it, they got to figure out, like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth you going out there doing a music video for somebody that got guns in the videos and drill stuff? Granted, some of these rappers do have value on social media, which means more value might come to you in return. But how far do you see yourself? How far do you want to go with your videography? You want to stay in one drill lane? Or do you see yourself actually being a director for a movie or doing cinematography stuff?
Some big stuff.
To get you out of it so you can feel comfortable doing stuff. Doing type of like drill music videos, stuff like that. Not drill music, doing videos in general though.
Not just drill. Not just one genre.
Not just drill.
Granted, the money might be good for those videographers because it's fast, quick, easy. There's no real concept. You just shooting and just editing stuff.
It's called running gun.
Running gun basically. So they could be only doing it for, I don't know, they could only be doing it for the money, but they gotta ask themselves, do you see yourself going to the next level with this, or you see yourself doing this just for right now? Like, so you don't put yourself in a risky position where something could happen to you, because there's a videographer that got passed away out here. Not because of drug music videos, but because of music video stuff and dealing with certain people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it'll get real though.
Oh, the egos came into play at that point.
It could be anything. You could take long on a video somebody and
he got
they get mad. They want to come do something to you. But that all go back to you and who are you giving your time to do videos for? Like, I scout, like if I do a video for somebody, I'll see what type of person they are though.
Right.
Cause I know who I am as a person.
Oh, you do give them a little test beforehand? Like a
I
little
might just
pre-test,
check them out
per
and
se?
just look on their social media and see like what they into it for. Do that fit my brand?
That's smart.
Right.
If it don't fit my brand, I'm not worried about the money. I'm gonna make money. Do it fit my brand? Is it worth me doing? I'm not going nobody blocking no videos like that.
It's kind of interesting. That's how we do it even with interviews. We screen them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have anybody up this joint.
Nah.
All money ain't good money.
Yeah.
It's not.
All money ain't good
You
money.
gotta see what makes sense to you and what brings value to you as your
Mhm.
brand and all that. So
And some stuff is one and done. So the money definitely not worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me doing work with somebody that's literally just that job ain't always worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas though I can go do a wedding and pass out my card to 50 people that's gonna use it.
right.
And they got
I'd rather
me
do a drill song with somebody who
who got 10
Are you
ops
even-
and
yeah, are
they
you
at me
even-
now.
But
like
then-
no offense, bro, are you even gonna make it to your next video to pay me for?
But then again, I'm not going. I want to play devil. I want to play both sides. Devil advocate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might not know exactly what that videographer going through to that point where he got to go shoot type of videos. He might actually need the money to survive or pay bills and things like that.
Mhm.
But then at the same time, however, you are reliable for all the choices and decisions you make in your life. So you don't have to. There's other avenues or other markets you could tap in and do videos in. You just know one lane, which is the drill stuff. But so it's like give and take though.
Or it just might be the easiest lane.
The easiest lane, yeah.
Or
'Cause
that.
for some people, like, for example, today I just was going to go get donuts for my job,
Right.
and the place that I went to, I never been there before, and I got into a whole conversation with the person, whereas though now they want me to do content for them and their business. That's an avenue in the lane that's real easy for anybody with a camera.
Yeah.
The world that we in today is driven by social media.
Yeah.
100%.
And content.
Yes.
No matter what you do, if you
Anything.
got content, it don't matter what you do. I don't give a fuck if you sell trash cans.
Yep.
If I got content that make your trash cans look durable and better than any other one,
Right.
You
right.
marketing it.
then we might be able to make some money here.
Right. Right.
You feel me? So it's like, to those who have cameras who are listening, it's other avenues that you can do. You can just walk into a business, low key, do something for like not even for free. It can start off as for free.
But you
Yeah.
leverage
You
it.
create dope content and then you sell it to them.
Right.
You leverage your way into making money other ways.
It's a short. I don't know if you've seen it before. Y'all seen it before. It's a short film on Vimeo. But you heard the movie? You know who Morgan Cooper is?
No.
He's a director. He did the Fresh Prince Bel-Air show,
Okay.
Like the newest one?
the newest one.
Oh, he did Bel Air? Wow.
Yeah. So he one of my favorite directors, and he got a short film on Vimeo called "You," like the letter U.
Yeah.
Shoot videos, and it's you gotta watch. It's so dope. I would advise any videographer or any creator that's watching this podcast to watch it out, because it basically show you independent videographer trying to make it in life, but he's starting at a low base level. He's shooting music videos in the hood. He want to do things bigger than that, but he got to start somewhere. And he's a very dope creator, dope creator.
Yeah.
And he wound up getting shot in a little short film. But everything about that short film was just showing you like what we go through on a regular basis when doing video gigs with people and stuff, like the basic stuff. And it was so like touching, because like that's what I've been through or going through sometimes.
That's what you. Yeah.
It's called You Shoot Videos by
You
Morgan
Shoot.
Cooper.
I'm gonna look that up
Morgan
for sure.
Cooper,
It's
yeah,
dope. It's on
definitely
Vimeo. It's a very good. It showed the perspective of independent videographer and shit.
Dang.
And yeah, that's hot. That's dope.
Well, check that out. You shoot video.
Yeah, You Shoot Video. Yeah,
You Shoot
by
Video.
Morgan Cooper.
Morgan Cooper.
Well, now tell us some people that you shot videos for or you collaborated with, because as a videographer,
Yeah.
of course, you're collaborating with people, and you said you work with artists.
Right.
So we already know K Gibbs.
Yeah, I
and
definitely
everything.
want to know some of the videographers you worked with, because it'd be some tough collabs.
It
Like,
does. It do. It
like
do.
a lot of people don't look at it the way we look at it, but you know how basketball players look good together. Like,
Right.
sometimes I really lock in with somebody. I'm like, damn, I've done weddings with people where I'm like, I could work with you every time.
Right.
You feel me? Like we got the same mind. We share the same like mental
It helps
space.
growth.
It do.
You know.
I want to start with off not just I want to start with the rappers. Well, I want to start off with the other names. Like I did a lot of sports stuff too and everything too before I did music videos.
Really?
So I work with Hassan Reddick.
Oh wow.
He actually played for the Eagles right now.
Play for the linebacker.
So we did like little documentary work here and there. I worked with Rashid Bailey, which is one of our homies. Went to school together. He won a championship in the CFL.
Yeah.
You know Rashid?
Yep.
That's
I know
my
what you're
guy.
talking about. Yeah.
He actually in the CFL right now. I did stuff with former NFL player Torrey Smith.
Torrey Smith, Super Bowl champ
Yeah,
for the Eagles.
did stuff with
Yeah.
him.
That's dope.
My guy Reds, my guy Reds camp. My guy Reds, he even Kashak in there. He got a he do camps. No, he trained athletes. So I did plenty of documentaries for him.
Oh, you dope.
That's how I kind of like started too before music videos. I was doing things with those athletes first. Then I transitioned to music videos. And me transitioning to the music videos, I did a couple people. I collaborated with a guy named Director K Gibbs. My guys Infinity Angles and all that.
Yep.
Ty, Scene Visions, Creative 7, a guy Mo. And me and my guy Director K Gibbs did a video for Louis V. Gutter. That was a good video.
That's dope.
I worked with I did a video with a guy named Reese Yolo featuring lights, cameras, lights.
Lights dope.
He was in the video. I worked with him. Who was I work for? I worked for a lot of different people. I worked for a local artist named Butter B. We was coming up. I worked with him plenty of times, music videos. A guy named Young Tater Rap guy. I worked with him.
Heard of him too.
I worked with a lot of different artists and shit. So
Dang.
I just kept rubbing shoulders with people and just shaking hands with people and shit like that and just trying to build my way up. If I got add advice to some type of way with my creativity, I could do that.
And you feel like you grown working with all those different people, right?
You know why? That's another thing. So I forgot. This is the reason why I brought up Morgan Cooper. In that little short film, there's a segment in there where they talking about doing spec work. Spec work is considered as like free work that you want to field, you want to get into just to get your feet wet, so get you to the next level. So all the guys that I work with, if it's between the football guys or the rappers, I consider stuff as spec work. The things that I can do to try my hand, to be creative with, to get me to the next level. I might could get inside, different higher profile people because I'm doing work at a lower level and making it look good. So I'm just freelancing with it though. I'm getting paid for the work, but I'm making sure I'm doing a good work. So when I say if a high paid job do come to me or agency, somebody in the industry, I know how to handle it and do a good job at this video because I did it with these local artists so far.
Yeah.
Which is
Not only
like
know how to
spec
do
work.
it, but you got something to show them.
Right, yeah. Basically, I something to show. I have a
Your
resume to
resume.
show what I do. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
So that's how I look at it though. Like that's exactly
That shows people why they could pay you what they
exactly right.
pay
Yeah,
you.
spec work. So that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Dope.
That's really dope. Wow.
Dope.
That's a heavy list right there. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, that list crazy.
Especially them Eagles players. I'm
Them
a big Eagles
athletes.
fan.
Right,
Sports guy.
Yeah.
You know, we talk sports music, the culture.
Right,
on this
right.
joint. So you
Yeah.
know, dang, Hassan Reddick as in that. Dang, that's very relevant. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that's a dope name. Those some names that we might
We need.
Now I can make that happen though. I got a relationship with these guys though, so I can probably make it happen though.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Say no more. Appreciate
more.
that.
No problem.
Righteous.
Righteous. That is righteous. That is righteous. I should have went to Roxborough.
Right. Yeah.
So speaking of those names and those relationships, one that you didn't have to mention.
What was that?
We mentioned it earlier.
K Gibbs.
Oh God, yeah.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit how you got in a relationship with him and like the importance of locking in with an artist and a videographer, because I've locked in a lot of people and it gets better every single time.
One of the hottest in the city.
So what happened with that? I think maybe like a year and some change ago, I met I'm just online. I don't know how I even found it. I'm online. I hear a song called Alley Cats. Like Robin in the Uber, my younger it was the sound was just so crazy. I didn't even hear the sound in Philly. It was dope.
Wow.
So me being Hawaiian, like I don't mind going people DMs and talking to them what's going on.
Yeah, me too.
I DM say yo. I think I watched this video on YouTube and I recorded it on my phone. I put it on my story, and he happened to repost it on his story, and that led to the conversation of like, yo, what's going on? Let's do some work together. Yada yada yada. So that's how that happened. So, at first he said let's work together. So at that time I was doing like schedules. Like you got to book appointment with me through an app. I sent it to him. I ain't gonna lie. He dubbed me. Left me on scene.
What? He started out like that?
Left me on scene. Left me on no bullshit. Left me on scene.
Well, that conversation was like later.
So But me, I'm so like I'm a stubborn person, but I think my stubbornness can help me in a good way a lot of plenty of times.
Yeah.
Like him leaving me on scene, my stubbornness told me, no, I'm gonna DM him again.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I DM him again. I said, all right, I got a deal for you. Let's do 2 videos for Boom Boom Bang.
Sound like me.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did. Cause the sound was so like authentic and it was like fresh. Like then me diving into his music some more, I'm like, to be honest, this might sound far-fetched, but this is how I looked at him. When I first heard some of his music, he reminded me of Roddy Ricch.
Ooh.
But not the sound.
What was it then?
It was more so like, it was like a breath of fresh. When I heard Roddy Ricch, it was like a breath of fresh air. He sounded like everybody else, but it sounded a little bit different. I never heard the sound before. That's the same sound I heard from Gibbs though. Like it was similar to what people saying, but it was a breath of fresh air. Then we just locked in. Our first video we did was a video called Spree Wells. He gave me creative control. We shot it in his hood in Francisville, where you from, and we've been locked in since. And this wasn't planned. I wasn't trying to build with him, not like that. The relationship, the rapport, the authentic that he have and who he is as a person, the authenticity that I am as a person. We just kept a rapport, and that's really my God, and we just been locked in.
Ever since
then.
You said a
That's
year and a
dope.
half?
Year and some
Yeah.
change, yeah.
Dang.
What's dope
Yeah.
about that, the biggest take I had from that is I wanted to say it earlier, but I just didn't. When you say he gave you creative freedom.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
People don't understand that as videographers, and before I started working with Josh, I was my own producer. I had to mentally come in here with the idea of, okay, we're gonna do this right here. I'm gonna get this shot at this angle. I'm gonna get this shot at this angle. I'm gonna get this shot behind this particular thing that's just there to get it in the shot. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And that's a hard job in itself.
Yeah.
Like, and at times I still like might get in a tough situation and call Josh like, hey bro, look at this venue they got me at. It's A, B, and C, and like, you know, I got these shots. Like, is there anything that you see that, you feel me? And that's a hard job. So tell the fans a little bit about like how hard that is in itself briefly.
I want to say it's hard. I want to change the word a little bit. I want to say it's difficult or it's challenging because it's not new to us and shit. I don't look at anything as like hard because we're not born learning how to do anything. Like we're not born how to operate cameras. You just learn it. So it's called challenging. So just challenging though, dealing with different people and mentalities and egos and things like that. That's how I look at it. But back to what you saying again? What you say about what you say again? About
like being your own producer, like going to locations and you're like, okay, like we gonna do these 3 scenes here. Here. You know what I mean?
One reason it might be a little difficult because you might not have a clear vision of what you want to do. Sometimes I might go in some video shoots might have a clearer vision. We just might like freelance and just figure it out as we go and shit sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes it might be the best work. Don't overthink situations.
Facts. That's facts.
I overthink a lot sometimes. Gibbs can tell you I do overthink a lot of things.
Because you just want stuff to be good.
Yeah, no, I don't want things to be good. I want things to be righteous.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Yeah, my fault.
Things to be righteous. You feel me?
That's the vocabulary word for the day, guys.
Be righteous. So,
righteous.
Yeah. So that might be a little challenging.
That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, it's righteous. we'll have a definition on the screen too. I'm gonna edit it and put it together.
But once you get into it, it's nothing. Like Gibbs gave me the creative control because he trusts me. He's seen previous of my work, and I said, we're going to do this angle right here. We're going to show this angle right here. No, stand right here. No, look serious in the camera when you're saying this part right here.
Yes.
Because I want to capture in the raw feel. He trusts that. And that's what we're doing.
Because you did the work prior.
Yeah,
you know, with those people, with that resume, he like, oh yeah, I could trust him.
Yeah.
In that relationship that you have with him, I could trust him.
And just watching like I like to watch like YouTube videos and I look at cinematography stuff a lot.
Me too.
So I watch how they do the rule of thirds and have a person positioned a certain way. If you ever watch movies and TV shows, everybody's either on the left side or the right side of the angle. Mind you, left side or right side. Only time somebody really looking directly in the camera when they talking to the camera, or it might be 2 people. It's called the rule of thirds. So when I pay attention to stuff like that, because my homie Brill showed me that, just always get things lined up properly so you get the right shots. So
it's rare. I've never really seen on a TV show where they looked in the camera and talked to the camera. Unless it was one of them bullshit shows that's letting you know we're on.
Let me take that back. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on TV show, but I know for movies for sure, everything is like on the left hand side or the right hand side. Music videos, they always in the left or the right hand side of the rule of thirds. So that's how I look at it.
That's dope, man. I wanna touch on something real quick too about K Gibbs, right?
Yeah.
we know he has a project coming out, right?
Yeah.
You know, called Kasim.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot's coming out real soon, right?
Yeah.
We don't know anything you could tell us about the project. You know, you gotta tell us everything, but what can Righteous reveal? You know,
I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna backtrack real quick
Yeah.
though. Before we get to the Kasim part, when me and Gibbs started working together, right? Like I said, we didn't know this relationship gonna be like this. We dropped a project called The Last Hope, which is on
Yes.
all platforms.
Mhm.
it's out now.
Like
That is
12,
out now.
13 tracks, I think, something like that.
Yes.
We was like, mind you, we still figuring each other out. But he trusted my word and trusted my creativity. We was in the studio making songs. Like we was actually making records together. No, say it like this, or no, say it like that. Or we actually be in a car. We could be in a car playing beats. I put some beats on, he'd go right off the beat.
Oh, you was out producing.
I was actually like hands on. This is my first time doing this, but
wow.
like I got a thing for music and I got an ear for it. And he was
Yeah.
just trusting me. And that's how the relationship more. And he see me who as a person. I'm not trying to get out nobody. I'm not trying to finesse nobody. He just see the authenticity inside me, and he just believed in what I was saying and trust what I was saying. And that's how we came with the project, The Last Hope, like good quality music.
Because
So-
wow, you was able to lock in with him.
We both
fully.
of us, yeah, it was both new to both of us. This is he would say this. This is like he been rapping for a long period of time, but this year like he really taking it more serious now.
Yeah.
The energy that me and him both collab together on projects and songs. We talk outside of music video. We talk about life and everything. And it brought another energy to him, another breath of fresh air for him. So I want to take music serious again.
I can see it in the way he's moving,
Right.
And stuff
No,
I've been seeing.
definitely.
You can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Even before you get to Kasim, I definitely want to get your thoughts on the music video that you collabed, with him with My City
I said the on song. Yeah.
Definitely, because
video.
that was
Yeah,
you.
big video.
Talking about hands on,
yeah.
that was you.
Yeah,
You did
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just how you do all his videos,
Right.
but you did that, and that was a big moment.
Yeah.
Because the song is huge.
Right.
The message is powerful.
Right.
About the city.
Mhm.
What's going on in Philly right
Mhm.
now, and him shouting out even rappers that's doing this thing
Right,
in
yeah.
Philly. So just talk about that production, the music video, and break down the story.
All right, with that music video per se, even with that song per se though, we'll get to the song real quick. That song, we shot that song in probably I don't know if it was January, February, probably. The song came out. We wasn't thinking like crazy high of the song until after the project came out. I threw a clip up of y'all familiar with DJ Crazy?
Mhm.
Yes,
Shake That Guy?
Yep, Shake That. He did all, yeah.
He have studio sessions where a lot of dope artists just come there and they play music, but the majority of the vibe is all shake that music type stuff. So me and Gibbs in there one day. He said, play some music, Gibbs. We played a couple songs. Then we played My City on something. He just went ballistic. He just lost his mind.
Oof.
Lost his mind.
Oh, that's video. I seen a little snippet
little
of that.
clip,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's what about. Okay.
So I had
what he sounded
recorded on
from.
my phone. I threw that clip out months ago after the project came out. Well, they not thinking nothing of it. A page called Philly Fame TV took it
Yeah.
and put it on their TikTok and all that,
Mm.
and put it on their page, and it just went off. So that's when me and Gibbs got the thought. Let's go shoot a music video for this now. It was never a thought to shoot a video for that song.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
It wasn't a thought.
What?
Wow. So y'all thought that was a throwaway.
We just thought it was just a regular good record, but
That
we didn't
song-
really think nothing big of the record for real.
That
Right.
needed a video. I would have
Right.
definitely
Yeah,
thought
like,
like,
what?
wow.
Yeah.
You was
When
gonna
When I
let
heard
that
that vid, I'm
Yeah.
thinking that
Yeah.
needed a vid
Yeah,
too.
you was gonna let that blow by. Wow.
Philly Fame TV threw it out, and it gave us a spark to even like shoot that video.
God's plan.
Mm-hmm.
God did, yeah, too,
Yeah.
yeah.
They ain't believe
Yeah,
it.
they
They
believe
believe it, no. God did.
God
did.
did. Philly Fame did.
Philly Fame did.
Philly Fame said, huh?
Philly Fame did,
The
yeah.
fuck? This shit going on our TikTok.
Right.
Real
Yeah.
rap.
And it took off. So it's like, damn, then we just start like trying to figure things out. What's the concept? How we gonna do it? And we came up, we just gonna shoot a couple performance scenes, but the majority of the scene is gonna be B-rolls of just the city. Just capture the city at its rawest form. Just capture things. And that's what we did. Like you said, you mentioned Wallow and Gilly. Wallow and Gilly was giving out,
Mentioned a lot of people.
they was giving out money to people. So let's put them scenes aside there, giving out money to people and shit, like the big checks and all that. Mentioned Leaf War. He liked Leaf War. He liked Tour.
Yes.
He liked Core. He liked Zod Sosa. He got a record with Zod Sosa.
Oh,
Let's give them some light in the song as well, because a lot of shit going on in the city, but they doing good in the city though. And we just did it like that for real. Just made it about the city and shit.
Wow, so that's really dope though that you were a part of that moment
Yeah.
on, you know, My City on something, and to
Yeah.
create that visual.
Yeah.
And the song is beautiful.
Right.
And for you to be a part of that just shows your value.
Right.
And how good of a, you know, videographer, producer, you know, productions is, you know, for you, honestly. So
I want to shout out though, because it wasn't just me that made the video too.
who else?
It was me. It was K Gibbs. It was my guy Roy, SP Roy. He was on there. He part of it. And a guy named J Visuals. No, not J Visuals. I'm sorry. Views of J. Views of J.
Okay,
I'm
get
sorry,
it right. Let's get
Views
it
of
right.
J. He was in the basement. We was trying to figure things out. We had conversations, text messages, things like that, group messages, and we all made a part. Cause it wasn't just me. Everybody played part of it.
Came out beautiful.
Yeah.
See, dang, man.
That's dope.
Well, like I said before, I know I asked you this earlier. Now let's get to the business of what's promoting and what's coming out right now. Kasim is on the way.
Yeah.
You know, K Gibbs dropping it.
Right.
When we getting it? Is it September? You know what I'm saying?
We looking at September.
Okay.
It was supposed to be so many. We had so many dates, man. It was crazy, but
Push back a lot.
yeah,
Getting the
we
music
just-
right.
Just getting the music right and trying to deliver it right for the people, like package it a certain way. Like we not a major artist label or major big label, but we want to move like a label though.
Right.
With the content, how we roll out stuff, things
Yeah,
like that.
smart.
So that's how I be looking at that. We gotta do things in an industry standard way.
Hell yeah.
So it can might draw eyeballs from somebody in the industry that might want to do something with us
Mhm.
yeah.
in a professional way. So
Sometimes that's what actually draws attention to people. Like for example, there could be a major brand that's like, oh, we love people for their music,
yeah,
but we got onto K Gibbs and Righteous because of their professionalism. You know what I'm saying? As well as their music. Like,
right, yeah,
we feel like if we pick y'all up, we don't gotta give y'all the rundown on how not to be, you know,
right,
cheap.
Yeah,
or, you
exactly.
know, or moving any way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like having that down pat and moving that way definitely can boost.
But it also comes down to like the artists and what they want out of their work. A lot of the artists, like Gibbs, he's fortunate, and I'm fortunate to meet Gibbs because I brought a certain level of like, no, we got to do it this type of way type thing. So where a lot of artists don't have that. A lot of artists just throwing out stuff. They don't have no structure way how they doing it. So I was like, we both was blessed to meet each other. Like, no, let's figure this out. Let's really sit down. Let's do it like this. Let's make this type of short form content that draw the viewers in. Let's make people feel you more. Cause me being around Gibbs and talking to him, I learned him. I learned his traits about him. His biggest what's the word? Attributes about him.
Yeah.
He's an emotional person. He's wear his heart on his sleeve. He give off a certain energy where you feel connected to him.
That's
How
dope.
can I reciprocate that on a camera for people could be like him, to be fans for him? And that's what we've been trying to do.
That's cool. That's the way you supposed to
yeah,
think
that's
about
the
with this
best way to do
production
it.
stuff
Yeah.
to market your artist.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so is there anything else you can say about Kasim before we, you know, before we get out of here?
I believe Kasim is going to be one of the best projects.
Talk your stuff. Come on, you on Boss Talk.
One of the best projects coming from Philly in a long time.
Whew.
I'm not even just being biased though. Like the structure of the project, the cadence, the substance, the way the beat selection, like the production. The production is different from The Last Hope.
Hey.
The Last Hope, we were just making music off energy. This is very structured though. So hopefully I could play some music for her before we leave and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different. The features, we got not big time features, but we got big features on there though.
Big
That's gonna bring more
features.
value to the project.
Let's
People
get
gonna
it.
like it though.
Kasim on the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
dope. That's
saying?
dope.
K Gibbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So this question is more so about, you know, you were spotted at the Mont Brown event.
Oh yeah, well.
Yes, he was, bro.
That was there? I seen it?
No, I
Yeah.
seen you.
I see.
I do my research.
Yeah, I was there.
So tell us a little bit about that, your relationship with mine, and how that started. Please,
So my homie, I think I've said his name earlier, Brill. That's the one of the guys that I looked up to in the videography game. Like I said, before I became a videographer, he was a guy out in his basement 24/7 trying to figure this thing out. He gave me all the games, all the gems, the step-by-step process of how to do things the structured way of being a videographer. So that's my guy to this day. Shout out to my guy, Brill. My guy, We Be Davis.
Shout out.
So he actually have a relationship with Mont Brown, and he asked me to come and help him out film. So that's how that started for real.
That's hot.
I came there, I helped him out. We had the whole Mont Brown Day kickback event.
Yeah. Giving away book bags, community,
Yeah.
humanitarian
Right.
event. Yeah.
He was the A camera. I was his B camera. So I was
Wow.
getting like all the big names that was there. Make sure I record all the big names and make sure I record this. He was focused on my brand a lot. So that's how that relationship. Not that relationship. That's how that situation happened for real. Me meeting Mont Brown through my guy Burrow because he had a relationship with him, and it was a good event. A lot of everybody came out. D from Sloan came out there. Rocky was out there. D30. Drew Boy was there. The guy named KP. What's his name? KP, I think.
KP. Yep. LGP Quad was out there.
LGP Quad was there. Shout out to the videographers that was there.
Yeah.
Who was there? What's his name? ETS Films. You know what it is? ETS Films was there.
Putting us on.
Shout out to the platform Philly Billboard was there.
Yeah, we know that, of course.
Shout out to I think her name was Query Productions. I forgot. I can't pronounce the names right. The girl, she was there. Another videographer girl was there. She with the shots was there. There was a lot of dope videographers was there. Shout out to Richie, take pictures. He was there. It was dope to seeing a lot of It was dope seeing a lot of photographers and videographers in the same place together. That was like dope, like for me, because I don't normally be outside like that. Yeah. So when I'm outside, I seen that type of that did something to me for real.
That's good. That's real cool.
That was hot.
Man, what does Mont Brown mean to the city, you feel so? Because he got the key to the city and everything that day. Like, what did that day mean to you that you was there, videoing it? You know what I mean?
From my perspective, what I seen somebody that that want to help out people, want to get back to people and stuff, and move in a quote unquote boss way. Like, cause we on Boss Talk podcast,
for
right?
Sure, boss.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what I mean?
So I don't know a lot about Mont Brown, but what I do know from the outside looking in, he helped a lot of artists get on.
Yeah.
This is true.
Helped them out get on. I believe he's an A&R with Atlantic Records.
Columbia
Records. A&R Columbia Records. And he's just giving back to this community. He came from Southwest Philadelphia and shit. Him giving back to his community and just showing Southwest in a positive way. Despite all this killing in Philadelphia, he's giving back and doing things in a positive way. So that what I took from that is how to, like, if I want to throw any events or I want to get to that level, I know how to operate and do things a certain way to bring everybody together. That's what I took from that.
Yeah, that was a good event. Definitely brought a lot of people together. And, all
the rappers in one spot, no killing, no shit. Nothing happened.
I was about to say that.
Nothing
happened. Positive night, a successful night.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
A successful night.
Congrats,
you get a portion of the city from different areas, all to come in one spot, and like me, you was talking about, and bring positive to like, you feel me?
That was dope.
So that's dope.
That was dope.
Man, Righteous. We glad that you came up,
right?
Here,
man. Definitely.
Be righteous, man.
Righteous.
Yeah, like I said, y'all, this was not even planned. I was not supposed to be here today, but it happened.
It's God's plan.
It's God's plan. So
who coming next?
it was planned. It was not from any of us.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
This was done before we was even born.
Yeah.
I ain't getting all that
for
though.
Sure.
A lot of people ain't gonna understand that.
Can I shout out some people real quick?
Go ahead, shout them out before we get out of here.
I want to shout out myself, Righteous, for I want to shout out myself for being consistent, and deliberate on what I do in the videography game. Just shaking hands with people, making relationships with people, just being me. Cause I know I'm a little different from a lot of people. I come from the hood, come from the trenches, but I know I'm just a little more different than everybody. Like I don't operate the type of way, so I know I gotta operate in a different way when it comes to people. I know I gotta smile, I gotta shake hands, I gotta just be me and just accept being me. I don't try to be cool and try to be fit into other people's lanes.
Right.
So I want to shout out for me for being that. I want to shout out for my brother for drilling that inside me, my family and everything for being on me, for making me comfortable be who I am. I want to shout out my guy Brill, Me Davis for allowing me to spend relentless hours in his basement trying to figure this thing out and just trying to be great and helping me out and just being there for me when I needed help when it comes to videography stuff to this day.
Wow.
I just want to shout out everybody, all the videographers and the creators in Philadelphia in general though, because it's tough to be a creator in Philadelphia, especially with things going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So shout out for y'all for doing y'all thing.
Oh, thank you, brother. Hey, Boss Talk.
Shout out my guy K Gibbs for us meeting together. About to drop a project soon.
That's right. See you soon.
Kasim. And if anybody I forgot, it's not intentionally. I want to shout out to everybody, like everybody that's watching this podcast. So, yeah.
Hey, We love it. We love it. We give you shout outs, man. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we got one more thing for you before you get out of here,
What's
right?
that?
That thing that we ask everybody.
What's that?
You feel me? We're gonna need some bars.
Some bars?
No, I'm playing.
I got some bars though.
But this man about to spit. I said, oh.
All my homies that know me, right? I ain't gonna lie. All my homies that know we be in the studio, I be in the cribs.
Oh, man.
When I be free. They know I can rap when I'm low.
Shit, I just started something.
That's the only problem though. I can rap. I got the flows. I just need somebody to write some stuff for me though. That's the only thing about it.
Okay.
Righteous is about to get filthy. You know?
Right. Spark something up, and I was big.
Say no. Say your face.
Now, next time we get him on here,
Next time.
he gonna come as a rapper.
Next time. You gotta come as a rapper next time. You feel me?
You gotta wear your chain and shit.
I got y'all.
Gotta bring your rapper kit.
I got y'all.
Come here with K Gibbs.
No. No, the question that we ask everybody though is on a serious note, what is it to you to be a boss? You know, boss talk.
What is it to me to be a boss?
Yeah, what does it mean to you to be a boss?
Being a leader. Like just being a leader and know how to lead people and put people in positions where they can flourish or they can feel good about, because you could be a boss, but you don't want to be a egotistic boss, somebody that's just always focused on their self and not trying to help anybody else out. So I think so. You just make sure being a leader with that and know how to lead people to complete the objective and complete things done, and everybody seeing the mission, so everybody can feel happy and be comfortable.
I love that answer.
I love that. Bosses make bosses.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah, for real.
Every answer is unique on that joint. Everybody we got a different answer.
And it all makes sense.
Yes.
That's why we get the people that we get on here.
Yep. And that's always the last question.
Yeah. Right. Is it that or rapping?
Or that or rap? Yeah. Or that.
One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. If you're a rapper, the rapping thing is the last thing.
Right.
But if you're not a rapper,
the boss question too.
Everybody gets the boss question.
Everybody get the boss question.
But
but the rappers get it and then leave us off with some bars.
Yeah, and then we leave out the door.
I want to say I hope I did good on this podcast, y'all.
Man,
like,
I hope you did too. Say no.
It's just no, seriously. It's just so much. It's just so much in me that I be wanting to get out. Like I'm not used to being in the camera, but my guys that know me, I talk in front of anybody. I'm not used to being on camera. I just do my own promo takes of my stuff, like when I just prove my brand and give out merchandise. But this is just so like unique and different from me and shit. So I just hope I did good. And I felt very emotional shouting people out, because it was like my journey is crazy though. Like it's a crazy journey and shit.
Pat yourself on the back, bro.
Yeah.
God is good,
bro.
You know, and your story's not over.
Hey, I'm about to say the journey really just began, bro.
Yeah.
Like I tell myself that every day, bro. I'm only 24 years old.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I'm only 23.
I talk to people every day about their journey, and they 60 and 70, bro.
Right. Yeah.
You feel me?
God is good, man.
I done been in rooms with photography people that done shot shit for the Bill Cosby show. You feel me? Like, nigga, you was out here with a camera before I knew they even had cameras.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? So it's like,
hey, man.
You got a long way to go, bro.
It's all about the
30
journey.
years from now, you're going to be telling somebody you shot K Gibbs.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's all about the journey.
Yeah.
Destination.
They're going to be young
secondary.
as fuck by then. You feel me? So it's like, this is the beginning.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Think like 30 years from now, you're going to be telling somebody I shot K Gibbs.
It's righteous, bro. It's righteous.
Right.
It's righteous, bro.
You know what I mean?
Follow me, everybody. Follow me at Righteously with 2 underscores. Everything's in there. You can see a lot of K Gibbs stuff on my page and all that. But you go to link in my bio. All my previous work inside there, documentary work, podcast work inside there, things like that.
Game on.
Oh yeah, your Instagram gonna be on the bottom of the screen. And
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, it is.
Right
You know, I'll make sure it's plugged in.
We're gonna make
You know
sure
what I mean?
that the what you call them?
Lower thirds.
Lower thirds.
in
Yeah,
there.
You feel me?
You feel me? So, you feel me?
Right.
You plugged in. It's official. It's
Right.
official right there.
I
You know
got
what I mean? So we'll see you again real soon, brother.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure,
of course.
for sure.
You know what I mean? We lock in. We
Right.
brothers, man.
Yeah.
And let's keep on working, of
Yeah.
course, bro. So keep being the boss out here in this world and creating waves. So, guys, hey, that's all we got today. Righteous, thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
Hey, it's Josh.
Keys.
It's Boss Talk. And it's
Right.
Righteous.
Yeah, we out of here,
We out.
y'all.
That's
Righteous.
good,
Yeah.